An undeniable icon in our region, the Nissan Patrol is an SUV we all know, respect and love.
For 2020, it's received a whole lot of upgrades both inside and out.
So let's take a closer look and find out everything that has changed.
And to do that in more detail, we have with us two versions, the V6 Titanium and the V8 Platinum.
From the outside, the 6th generation Nissan Patrol, also known as the Y62, has remained unchanged for the past 10 years.
But for 2020, Nissan has sprinkled a whole host of upgrades, the most noticeable of which are new full LED headlights with the brand's signature C-shaped LED daytime running light.
Following the brand's design language, the new Nissan Patrol also gets the V-Motion grille, which is noticeably smaller and bolder.
Both versions, the Titanium and the Platinum, get LED fog lights, but what's different is where they are located.
In the Titanium, they're located much higher because of the off-road bumper. As in the Platinum, you can see they're located much lower because of what Nissan calls a city bumper.
Another thing differentiating the two versions is the size of their alloy wheels.
In the Titanium, you will get 18-inch alloys, while in the Platinum, you will get 20-inch wheels.
Speaking of the wheels, what else is different on the side?
Well, let me see. Oh, I feel I'm in a sort of a spot the difference game or something. Not much. So let's move to the back.
Three big changes differentiate the 2020 Patrol from the older model, and those are
C-shaped LED lights in the back with sequential indicators, a chrome strip running across the back holding the Patrol name, and the full new bumper.
As for the differences between the Titanium and the Platinum, there's just one. And you've probably guessed it. It's the badge.
On the inside, it's all very familiar. We still get the same general design and the quality we're all used to in a Nissan Patrol.
So, let's go through all that's changed. For starters, the dashboard gets a cleaner design because of a new dual touchscreen layout, and the instrument cluster gets a new, larger 7-inch information screen.
The upper screen mainly displays navigation, while the lower screen is used to control your media, your mobile connectivity, and various other settings.
In the Platinum version, you get real leather, which you can have in this unique GTR tan orange color. You also get dark wood trim along the dashboard, center console, and steering wheel, which might look a little familiar, and that's because it used to be reserved for the Patrol Nismo.
The Titanium gets wood and leather, but they're both artificial. Also, the steering wheel doesn't get any wood inserts, but it still gets this very mismatched black and beige leather. This isn't much of a deal breaker, however, if you're buying the Nissan Patrol as a family SUV, because it still offers the same amount of space and comfort for all of its passengers.
In terms of features, the 2020 Nissan Patrol gets adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, an intelligent rear view mirror, wireless phone charging, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and a brilliant 13-speaker Bose audio system. But you're probably wondering what separates the Titanium trim from the Platinum.
While the Titanium gets all of those features, it's missing heated and cooled seats, an around view monitor, and electric adjustment for the steering wheel.
Both versions also get lane departure assist and voice command, but the reason we didn't mention it earlier was...
You see, we test so many cars and we have seen how advanced these systems can be from other manufacturers, mainly the Germans. Let's start with lane departure assist. The Nissan Patrol system uses braking instead of steering to push the car back into the lane, which doesn't work perfectly, especially on highway speeds, meaning eventually you'll end up in another lane.
As for the voice command system, although it lets you control the navigation system, the climate control system, and your media, it isn't as refined or as clever as the systems found in some German cars that fall into the same price range. In the Patrol, you're forced to learn a certain set of commands or read them off the screen, but in newer systems you can simply have a conversation with it, just like you would with, say, Siri or Google Assistant.
The 2020 Nissan Patrol comes with two different engine options. The one I'm driving gets a 4-liter V6 producing 275 horsepower and 394 Newton meters of torque. The other option is the V8 Zaran's driving.
Yes, 400 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque is what I get from the 5.6 liter V8. Do the math, and you'll know I'm enjoying the drive a lot more than Anas is.
I'm sure Zaran was boring you with how much more power and how much more torque his V8 has. But with the V6 paired to the same 7-speed automatic gearbox, I get better fuel economy. The V6 manages to get 8.4 kilometers for every liter of fuel. It's not a great number, but it's still better than that V8.
You're definitely right, you do get better fuel economy, but just 0.4 kilometers per liter. In fact, I have an Eco Drive mode which is reserved only for the V8. If you ask me, however, I'm still happier with the extra 125 horsepower and 166 Newton meters of torque. But since we're comparing cars, Anas, how does your V6 handle bumps?
Bumps? What do you mean bumps? It handles them very well, thank you. Just like you expect any Nissan Patrol to handle them. Wait a minute, I know where you're headed with this. You just want to geek out on that HBMC system you have in the V8. Well, a warning to all viewers. If you don't want to die of boredom while he talks about that technical HBMC thing, just skip 15 seconds forward. Mainly to my next part.
HBMC, hydraulic body motion control, is essentially where two hydraulic systems are connected to the four-wheel independent suspension. These systems absorb bumps in the road and also reduce body roll when cornering, meaning the drive in the V8 is a lot more comfortable than the V6, both on-road and off-road.
Speaking of off-road, I don't think we need to tell you how capable these machines are off-road. But since we're in the middle of the desert, let's just have some fun.
Since the start of the year, we've attended many new car launches. But with the current market situation, we don't see many of these new cars on the road.
The Nissan Patrol, however, with its launch just 3 months ago, is everywhere. And that goes just to show you how truly iconic this car is to the Middle East.
Prices for the 2020 Nissan Patrol start out at $199,900 for the basic V6. With the Titanium, we have coming in at $240,000 and the Platinum V6 at 265,000 dirhams in the UAE.
As for the V8, prices start at $234,000, with the mid-option Titanium V8 coming at $299,000, and the fully loaded Platinum V8 that we had with us today is selling at 329,000 dirhams.
Thanks for watching
and see you soon.